Hello friends, I welcome you all once again to my YouTube channel, and I hope you are enjoying the ocean of knowledge which I give you in my videos. I am in front of you today with one more new topic which has been enriching you all throughout. So it is one of the most important topics. If anyone asks you what is the important organ in human body, you obviously say it's heart. And in grammar, especially in English grammar or any other grammar, as you know, as you guess, it is tenses. And here, verbs in the past, present and future tense we call it. Most of the times people keep talking about tense. So they tense themselves about what is tense. So today I am going to tell you what is tense and what are the different types of tenses, how are they used, and in the other parts also I am going to tell you what exactly are the different kinds of tenses. I hope if you watch my entire videos about tenses, I'm sure you will be able to get a lot of information and knowledge about tenses and how to use them. And if you know about tenses very well, you can use your language very well and you can communicate with any person easily. So now, why late? Let us now enter into the topic called tenses. The word tense is that form of verb which shows the time and state of action. So the moment you say tense, it is the time of action or state of action that one talks about. So the word tense comes from the Latin root word tempus, which means time. So it is a Latin root word tempus, and from which the word tense has originated, and which means time. Now if you look at the tenses are divided into three kinds. They are present tense, past tense and the future tense. So this middle graph shows to us about the present tense. So here we see present tense, past tense and future tense. And then now as they divided the time into three different categories, they felt a bit difficult in initial days in order to communicate in a better way. So they subdivided the tenses into four, and then now we are going to look at the four subdivisions. The first one is simple or indefinite, second one is continuous, third one is perfect, and fourth one perfect continuous or perfect progressive. So now let us look at each division. First one is simple or indefinite. So the simple or indefinite states about an action and does not indicate whether the action is complete or not. So this tense, simple tense or indefinite tense, so when we call it indefinite, which is not definite about the completion of the action or about the definity of the time. So in these two ways you can talk about it. So it simply talks about an action. The word simple or indefinite just talks about an action. Okay, so next one, continuous or progressive. So when you look at the word itself, progress, so we mean that going on. So an action which goes on, okay, action going on, we talk about in terms of continuous or progressive. Next, the third one is perfect. So action is complete, finish or perfect. So no more in existence. So that is the meaning. The word perfect means completed. There is no existence. So perfect continuous or perfect progressive. So when you talk about these perfect continuous or perfect progressive, there are three time points especially. So an action which started earlier, going on at the time of speaking, and then has the hope of continuation for some more time. So here we take three time points especially to explain about this. So this is what we talk about: simple or indefinite, continuous or progressive, perfect continuous or perfect progressive. Now, let us look at the first tense, that is the present tense. Now, the basic meaning of the present tense is to locate a situation holding at the present moment. The moment we say present tense, the time of action which is going on at present. So this is what we talk about. So this may be an instantaneous event. Yes, instantaneous event means I promise to come. A state, okay, holds over time. Jupiter is the largest planet, so it doesn't change. It remains forever in the same way. Or a habitual occurrence, so which takes place every day. So like he works in an office. So these are all the different things that we generally get in the present tense. And then if you look at the present tense is also subdivided into 4 kinds, and they are, so in this video I am just going to explain you about the entire present tense, and then I am going to explain you the uses of it and the structure and the examples for it, everything. A complete presentation of the present tense is shown in this video. Simple present or present indefinite or timeless present. So this is what we talk about. Present continuous or present progressive, second one. Present perfect, third one. And the fourth one is present perfect continuous or present perfect progressive. Yes friends, now I am going to explain you in detail about each subdivision of present tense. First one is simple present or present indefinite or timeless present. So this is what we talk about. So now here if you see the diagram, time on a line, you see this past, now and future in all the 3 times. So the simple present is generally used. That is the reason we call it as timeless present. So for example, if you talk about the sun rises in the east, so it has been continuing for years, hundreds of years together, and then it continues. So in that way, so we talk about the graph representing all the 3 times. And if you look at the form or structure, affirmative, assertive, affirmative, so that is positive. So we see subject, the first form of the verb or present tense form of the verb, object, or if you look at subject plus first form of the verb plus S or ES form. So this S or ES form we get the third person singular when you get he, she, it. Next, assertive negative, we get subject plus do not or don't, so does not or doesn't plus first form of the verb. And then interrogative affirmative, interrogative positive, we get do or does plus subject plus first form of the verb V1. And then interrogative negative, we get do or does, subject plus not plus first form of the verb. Now if you look at the examples, assertive affirmative or assertive positive, so I, we, you, they, when you get all these subjects, we get verb. When you get he, she, it, verbs. So yes or yes form is added. Children, so since children this is plural, we say verb. Suman is the third person singular, the name of a man. So Suman works. I, we, you, they do not work or don't work. So he, she, it doesn't work or does not work. Children do not work or don't work. So Suman does not work or doesn't work. And next if you come here, interrogative affirmative or interrogative positive, do I, we, you, they work? Does he, she, it work? And do children work? Who works hard? Here if you look at, why does he work? When do they work? And next if you look at here, interrogative negative, do I, we, you, they not work? Does he, she, it not work? Do children not work? Who does not work hard? Why does he not work? When do they not work? So all these things when you look at, so we can make a lot of sentences basing on this, and then if you just look at and if you just remember these, so you can make a lot of sentences. Next if you look at this simple present tense, the keywords or the signal words or indicators in this tense are so often, generally, usually, sometimes, always, never, occasionally, rarely, ever, on Sundays, once a week, a month, a year, etc. So all these are the keywords that you see here. And then usage. So especially if you look at the usage, to describe habitual actions which happens regular basis. So I go for a walk every morning and then I get up at 5 o'clock every morning. So these are all habitual actions. To describe universal or general truths, so we talk about the sun sets in the west, the sun rises in the east, sugar is sweet, and then water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. These are the ones which doesn't change. Next one, to express a future event which is planned in advance or is a part of a fixed program. So if you look at these ones, to express a future event which is planned in advance, so we talk as a fixed program, then we talk in terms of simple present tense. The match starts at 4 p.m. When does the shop reopen? I go to Delhi tomorrow. So these are all fixed program. And next, in conditional clauses, when you talk about if clause or the conditional clauses, when you take type 0 conditional, so in the type 0 conditional, we just talk about the possibility. So if we work hard, we often succeed. If you heat ice, it melts. So all these things, they are possible. So when there is a possibility, compulsorily to happen, certain to happen, so such kind of things we take under type 0 conditional of if clause, and we tell both in the simple present tense. Main clause as well as subordinate clause, both the clauses they are said in the simple present tense. Especially in running commentaries on matches. If you look at a cricket match or any other match, in the matches they use simple present tense to give a running commentary. Sachin hits the ball but the fielder misses the catch. So in this way we talk in terms of a simple present tense. Next, to express a repeated action. When some repeated actions are there, we talk in terms of that. She often comes to my house. I sometimes go to the cinema. So all these things when you look at, so the repeated actions are said in the simple present tense. In vivid narratives in a dramatic manner. So in vivid narratives when you talk about, so we talk about a past event. So Lord Krishna carries the chariot forward, Arjun shoots arrows and Bhishma collapses. So in vivid narratives, especially to talk about religious events and certain things, so we speak in terms of a simple present tense. To introduce quotations. Quotations always are said in a simple present tense. Even if you take direct indirect speech also, where the reporting verb is in the past tense, it has to change into past tense. But you know, when you take quotations, they do not change the tense even at that area. So Wordsworth says, the word is too much with us. So it's a quotation and it doesn't change and it remains same every time. And this is what about the simple present tense. Now we move on to present continuous tense or present progressive tense. So as you know, progressive means going on or continuing. So here it has been going on at present time. So as we talk, now at present it is going on. So this is what we generally talk about. If you look at the form, so here we generally get ing form. So assertive, positive, we get subject plus am, is, are. So am is used with I, is used with he, she, it, and are is used with we, you, they, plus first form of the verb and ing form. So this we call it as present participle. V1 plus ing is called as present participle. And assertive negative is subject am, is, are plus not plus V1 plus ing. So interrogative affirmative or interrogative positive, am, is, are plus subject plus V1 plus ing. And then interrogative negative, you see am, is, are plus subject plus not plus V1 plus ing. And then here what are the keywords that we get means now, at present, at this moment, any longer, still now, even now, anymore, no longer, always. So these are the keywords or the indicating words. If you look at the examples, assertive, positive, so I am working, we, you, they are working, he, she, it is working, Suman is working, children are working. So here these are the examples. Next, assertive negative. I am not working, we, you, they are not working, he, she, it is not working, Suman is not working, children are not working. So these are all the different things that we generally talk about. Next, interrogative, affirmative or positive. Am I working? Are you, are we, or are they working? He, she, it working? Is Suman working? Are children working? So next, if you go to interrogative negative, am I not working? Are you, we, they not working? And then is he, she, it not working? Is Suman not working? And are children not working? So this is the structure and the examples of structure in the present continuous tense. Next, if you look at the usage, when an activity is in progress, now at the moment of speaking, the action is not completed and the action is going on or moving on or progressing, we speak in terms of present continuous. I am explaining something to the class right now. As I am explaining, so it is going on. So I am explaining something to the class right now. So for actions in progress about this time, but not necessarily at the time of speaking. So these particular actions are called as the actions of the during course of time. So when you talk about they are building a dam here, it is going on maybe at night, but still they are not working, but still it is going on, progressing during the course of time. Actions we call it as. He is reading The Wings of Fire these days. So that's what we talk about. Next, when an activity began before now and continues into the future without stopping. So it has begun something before and now still going on. For that also we talk about in terms of the present continuous. Is taking 16 credits this semester. So is going to take about that. So to describe a definite action in the near future, which is going to take in near future, the definite action we talk in terms of present continuous. I am going to Mumbai tonight. My father is arriving tomorrow. So this also we speak in terms of the present continuous. To express an undesirable practice or habit. Whenever we want to talk about the undesirable practice or a habit, we talk in terms of present continuous, such as she is always backbiting. Next. When you talk about, there are certain verbs which we don't use in the continuous tense. We always use them only in the simple tense or the perfect tense. If you look at verbs which are not normally used in the present continuous or present perfect continuous, the verbs which are used only in the simple tense of present and present perfect of the tense. So the verbs of the senses. So whenever you talk about involuntary action, about the verbs of the senses, we speak in terms of these particular verbs like see, smell, hear, feel, look, taste, notice, observe. So all these verbs, they are always used only in the simple tense. We say I smell something. So I hear, not I am hearing. I look, I notice, I observe, all those things. So verbs expressing feelings and emotions. When you talk about the feelings and emotions of someone, we speak in terms of that. Love, hate, want, wish, desire, fear, like, dislike, value, adore, appreciate, admire, care for, forgive, forget. So all these feelings we generally talk in terms of simple tense only. And then next, verbs of thinking or mental activity. So when you talk about think, know, feel, recollect, remember, suppose, understand, recall, recognize, forget, believe, expect. So all these things we talk in terms of simple present only or in the present perfect, not in the continuous or perfect continuous. Verbs of possession, ownership, belongingness when you talk about have, belong, of, own, possess. So all these verbs we talk in terms of possession in the simple or perfect. Other verbs, there are certain other verbs also like seem, appear, keep, consist. All these verbs which are used only in the simple or perfect. Now there are certain exceptions. Of course, whenever you talk about English, it always is filled with so many exceptions. So if you look at the exceptions, these verbs may be used in the simple present tense. However, there are exceptions. Some of these verbs can be used in the present continuous tense with a different meaning. When you want to differ in your meaning, we can use it in the continuous. If I say, I am seeing Suman at 2 o'clock, it is seeing as not just exactly looking at him, but it is meeting him. So in that case, I just differed in my meaning. So I am minding my own business. Here minding means I am looking after my own business or I am looking after my own work. So with a different sense we can use it in the continuous. Next friends, we go with the present perfect tense. As I told you, perfect means completed. But though the action is completed, though the action is over, but still it has got the touch with present tense. So that is the meaning that we have to understand here. Though the action is over, but still it has got connection with the present tense. Next, if you look at the form, assertive positive, subject plus has or have plus V3. The third form of the verb or a past participle form of the verb we call it as. Next, assertive negative, so subject plus has plus have plus not plus V3 form. And then interrogative affirmative, interrogative positive, has or have plus subject plus V3 form. Next, interrogative negative, so we have has or have plus subject plus not plus V3. And then we have certain keywords here like just, yet, never, already, ever, so far, up to now, recently, since, for, all those words. If you look at the examples, assertive affirmative, so I, we, you, they have worked, he, she, it has worked, Suman has worked, children have worked. If you look at assertive negative, we see I, we, you, they have not worked, he, she, it has not worked. So these four subjects they go together and these three, he, she, it go together most of the times. Suman has not worked, children have not worked. If you come with interrogative positive or interrogative affirmative, we go with have I or have we, have you or have they worked, has he or has she or has it worked, has Suman worked, have children worked. If you go with interrogative negative, you go with have I, we, you, they not worked, has he or has she or has it not worked, has Suman not worked, have children not worked. If you look at the usage, usefulness, to express the completion of an action in the immediate past. So, in the immediate past means it is already in touch with the present tense. He has just left the room. So, if you go a little faster, if you call him, you can just get him. So, he has already met me. So, this is another one more sentence. So, express past actions without any specific time. So, when you do not want to mention about any specific time, then also we use about past perfect. Like, have you read Gulliver's Travels? Or I have never seen him angry. So, such kind of things we are not exactly mentioning about any specific time. Next, the third one, to show past events when their effect in the present is more important. The action is over, but its effect is still there in the present tense. I have finished my work. If you say in such a way, so I am free now. So she has cut her finger. So means now it is bleeding. Children have eaten all the biscuits. If I say now it is nothing left to me to eat. Next, to express an action that began at some moment in the past and is continuing up to the present moment. So it has started already in the past and now it is going on. So he has lived here for 22 years. He is still here. Suman has been ill since morning. She is still here, ill. They have always helped their brothers. They still help them. So this is what we exactly mean by it. If you note here, this tense denotes the completion of an action. So it tells completely about the completion of an action. And the second one, it reveals the present state of a completed action. So it tells about the present state of that particular action. It does not reveal an action done at a definite time in the past. So it cannot be used with adverbs or adverb phrases, especially like yesterday, last year, last week, last month, a week or a year ago. So these are certain words which are not used in the present perfect tense. The adverbials which are often used in this tense are just, already, never, always, ever, lately, recently, before, today, this week, this year. All those are the adverbs or adverbials which are used in this particular present perfect. Next we move on to present perfect continuous or present perfect progressive. So here in the present perfect continuous, an action which started earlier is going on at present and has the hope of continuation even after some more time. If you look at the form assertive affirmative or assertive positive, subject plus has or have plus been plus V1 plus ing, and then assertive negative, we see subject plus have or has plus not plus been plus verb 1 plus ing. Interrogative positive or interrogative affirmative, has or have plus subject plus been plus V1 plus ing. Interrogative negative, has or have plus subject plus not plus been plus V1 plus ing. So we speak in terms of the form. Next, if you look at the examples, assertive affirmative or assertive positive, I, we, you, they have been working for an hour. He, she, it has been working since 3 o'clock. Suman has been working for 3 hours. Children have been working since morning. If you look at assertive negative, I, we, you, they have not been working for an hour. He, she, it has not been working since 3 o'clock. So Suman has not been working for 3 hours. Children have not been working since morning. And next, if you go with interrogative positive, so have I, have we, have you, have they been working for 3 hours? So has she, has he, has it been working since Monday? Has Suman been working since 5 o'clock in the morning? Have children been working for an hour? So interrogative negative, have I, have we, or have you, or have they not been working for 3 hours? Has he, has she, has it not been working since Monday? Has Suman not been working since 5 o'clock in this morning? So have children not been working for an hour? So these are some of the examples for it. Next, if you go with the usage, it is generally used to denote an action which started earlier and then continued up to certain time in the present and has the hope of continuation even in the future. So Ravi has been swimming in the pool for 5 hours. It has been raining since 9 o'clock. To describe an action which has already finished but its effect continues. We have been busy all the day and we are now on our bed at last. They are panting because they have been digging for 2 hours. And now we very frequently get the usage of two words in the perfect continuous. They are for and since. So use of for. For is used to show period of time or duration of an action. And then if you see 4 hours, 2 days, 3 years, for a long time and so on. If you use since is used to say about the point of time or starting point of an action. So at 2 o'clock, since 2 o'clock, since yesterday, since 1990, since Monday, since my arrival, since 20th September, all those things we use about. And then we talk about the differences between present perfect and the present perfect continuous. So we use for to denote a period of time and since to denote a point of time in both the tenses. So both the tenses can describe an action that has its beginning in the past and is still going on. So then I have lived here for 10 years. I am still living here, present perfect. I have been living here for 10 years. And here, she has researched for 5 years. And she has been researching for 5 years. Now, as I told you, the verbs, especially which I told you, the verbs which are not used in the continuous are also not used in the perfect continuous. So verbs which are not normally used in the continuous tense are not used in this tense also. If an action gets interrupted for some reason, we use the present perfect tense to describe it. I have written 4 pages since morning. So here a single action has different meanings in 2 tenses. So now here, whenever you talk about, so it has got different meanings in the different tenses. Verbs of static or passive nature like stay, sit, wait, rest, lie, learn, live, study are not often used in the present perfect tense. They are always used in the present perfect continuous tense. And then that's all for today, friends. Thank you for watching my video, and I shall update you about the past tense, and in the further video I shall update you about the future tense. So please keep in touch with my channel. Keep watching so that it will be useful to enrich your English. Thank you one and all. See you in the next video.